Hello and welcome to another video. We're going to be refurbing these alloys. Let's have a look at them. State of that. We got these wheels from an auction site. So, what do you expect? They're a bit rough. So that's two of the wheels. These are the other two wheels, and they're in far better condition. Someone has obviously pieced them together and then did not finish the job. Well, in this video we're going to change that, and we're going to show you how to do it, a few tips, a few tricks, and well, enjoy. A little bit of Rash there, but we'll grind and fill that out. Other than that, they're really good. Fairly mouldy on the diamond cut. We'll have to grind all that out and go from there. But I hope you enjoy the video. First step, we're going to paint strip these down, so mask off any rubber. Rubber does not like paint stripper on it, so protect it, mask it up before going anywhere near paint stripper. Also, as we're going to be sanding and scraping off this paint, we also want to protect the tyre from any damage. For these two wheels that are in really good shape, we'll only need a Scotch-Brite, a 240 and a 400 wet and dry. For now, these two. 240 for these rough bits here, anything that's high or bubbled. We'll use the 240. Back to the worst wheels. We're going to start with paint stripper on these, just to make the work a whole lot easier, because I believe they are sprayed with polyurethane lacquer, which is an extremely hard, durable lacquer. Basically liquefied plastic that goes solid. So get some paint stripper, we soften that up to make it a lot easier to get off. We're covering these up to help keep the paint stripper moist, to stop it drying. Onto the drill and the wire wheel now, just to get off what's coming off. Let's take a look at this curb rash. It's not overly bad. What we're going to do is we're going to use a flat sanding disc and go all the way around the rim. Just use this, go all the way around, backwards and forwards, until you've got most of it or all of it out. Let's take a look at how it is after we've took the paint off. See how much further we need to go. Now let's take a look at the rim to see where we're at. I think we've got rid of all the curb rash. No major imperfections left apart from one. What we'll do now is we have to sand and flat all this back so it's nice and smooth. We have a wheel, no curb rash, couple little imperfections, and the same again. 80 grit sandpaper, sand it all down at 240 and 400. Looks perfect. We'll start with a 240 grit sandpaper, and if it isn't cutting it, if it isn't knocking it down fast enough, then we'll step down the grit to an 80 grit and then come back and use the 240 grit to finish it off. Yeah, we've got to get the 80 grit on her to get this job done quicker. That is very rough, you can feel it, you can see it, it's awful. So we'll sand it away until it's lovely and smooth. No doubt, once the primer's on, we'll be back in here doing it again, but the joy of primer is that it will show you the imperfections that you miss. For these wheels, we won't need to go as aggressively. We need a Scotch-Brite 240 and the 400 grit sandpaper. We'll start by Scotch-Briting the wheels just so the paint has a key to stick to. We don't, as they're in good condition, you know, we don't need to take the paint off. Just keep going until you get a dull finish over the whole wheel. Let's bring you in for a look. This is the untouched part, still shiny, still got the shine on there. And this is what I mean by a dull finish. Very scratched up, so it's providing a good key for the paint. No primer needed, apart from we will need to edge the bare metal. And here they are, finished, all rubbed down, ready to be cleaned and primed. All the high spots and flaky bits have been sanded off. Lovely and smooth. Just keep checking them. There we go. Sand that out. We'll sand that out with our 240 grit. Sand past the chip so you get a nice flat repair. Just keep going until it's completely gone. So we are nearing the point now where we can start spraying. We have to clean these down to get rid of any grease, dirt, contamination. There's the cleanup. Get them done, all rubbed down. We've still got our repair to get on with. We're going to mix up some filler now and sort that out. So here's the filler, P38, it's just a normal body filler. We'll mix it up in a tin because it separates. Here's our hardener. It's a 2-part. It's a hardener. Here's the filler. So mix it about, and then it's about a pea-sized hardener to a golf ball sized filler. Mix it up so it's one continuous colour. You have to knead the hardener. Just knead it so it's all mixed. Keep going until you're happy, and then we'll mix it together to one continuous colour. And that is about the right ratio. You don't need too much hardener. So we'll mix that together and get on with the repair. When mixing filler, you should do it on something that's not porous. It's not going to absorb the hardener. A bit like tin foil, but I mean that soon gave in. So we used the plate. It's got some sort of wax covering on it, so it'll be fine. Or grease-proof paper always works well. Firmly push the filler into the area you want to repair, and then smooth it off. On these rims, they're very flat and there is no bead to follow. Onto the sanding now. Just try and keep the sandpaper very flat on the rim. Try not to take too much off, otherwise you have to add more back on. So this is where a sanding sponge or a sanding block would come in very useful. Let's take a look. I think that is absolutely perfect. Couldn't have got much better than that. The area is filled and very flush to the touch. You can't feel any bumps or anything. It's time to degrease these wheels now, as we're going to begin primering, preparing for paint. So degrease them, wipe them down, get anything that shouldn't be on there off. This is what we need for the job: Scotch-Brite, sandpaper, tack cloths, filler, masking tape, brake clean, panel wipe, edge primer, high build primer, grey primer, the wheel paint, and then lacquer. But we're not using this lacquer. Top tip: always unfold and pull out the tack cloth onto the priming. Now, before starting any painting, give everything its final clean down. Use a cloth, then go in with a tack cloth, just ball it up and try and get off any lint you may have left behind, because you really should be using a lint-free cloth, just to make everything a bit. You'll have less sanding to do after the lacquer's going on. Always shake the paint cans thoroughly before starting, and then test how they spray, and then nice thin even coats. You can go a bit thicker with primer, you don't have to be too careful with it. It's the paint you've got to lay down thinly and quickly. Just remember, we are just hitting the bare metal with this edge primer, just so the paint has got something to stick to, and it's more durable. It will last longer. You'll get a much smoother, even finish at the end. As I'm spraying here, you'll see me push the can out past the wheel. You can see here, pushing that spray out way past the wheel before I push the trigger or let off the trigger. Don't stop on the panel or the wheel or anything. Just blow past it. check the spray, and then nice long, even, quick coats from the inside to the outside rim. Turn the wheel whenever you need to. As you see, I'm going back in from the outside to the inside, just to make sure everything's covered. Continue until you've covered the whole area, and make sure you get it in to the top of the rim, the bead where the tyre is. Get some paint in there as well. Turn the wheel and carry on. Now, you only really need a very thin, small amount of paint for your first coat, just for it to tack off, so that the second coat then sticks better to it, it adheres better. But as these are the back of the rims, just going to get the paint on, it should be fine. Top tip, turn the can upside down when you finish to clear out the nozzle. It keeps the can spraying at its best, so you get less blotches and splurge on your paintwork, which is very annoying. Onto the first coat of the face. Now, just spray everything you can see, and then turn the wheel, and then reveal everything that you didn't get that was underneath. I'm going to do two techniques here. One for the first coat, and then a different technique for the second coat. We're going to divide up the areas like pizza, but for now we'll keep the wheel like this and then turn it 180 degrees. turn the wheel, you can see everything we missed. Doesn't that wheel look great already? Barely the first coat on. On to the second coat now. I remember what I said about dividing it up like pizza. You will have to be very careful here, because on the ends of the spokes you're going to be building up quite a lot of paint, so runs are possible here. So if you do get a run, just spray a bit of extra paint to encourage it to run. Well, I think these BMW 330 alloys look stunning. I love the design, and I just can't wait to get them on the car. I mean, this colour is really starting to look nice. Once you've painted all of the sections, just go over the entire face, the spokes, one final time, just so you get a nice even coat, a nice even finish. Go over the whole wheel very, very gently. This is how they look after their third and final coat. They look absolutely stunning. And you noticed when we first turned it on, there is an area that we didn't quite sand out very well, but just take a look at how good these are. On to the final stage now of lacquer. We're going to be using a PU lacquer, which PU stands for polyurethane, which is liquid plastic essentially. And it goes very hard and it's very durable. But it's not like lacquer. Lacquer bonds to itself, each coat. Polyurethane is like stacking paper. It doesn't quite bond. You have to wait for the wheels to dry. Laying the wheel down here relatively flat because paint likes to lay down flat, so I'd rather it all fall down in the same direction. Just bring you back to these other set of wheels now. The worst set. As you can see, they're all in primer, but there are a few areas that will show in the paintwork, so I just need to sand all these out, just like this one, so they are completely smooth. Have a little divot there, we can fill that up. So just need to sand these out. There we go, much better. Still work on this bit here and this edge here. There we go, completely smooth. You just want to do this in any areas you can see marks, or fill them, and then any bare metal you need to edge prime it again. So this one's You could sand or you could fill. It's easier probably to fill all these edges here. We have to do this for both the wheels, so this is all very smooth, so we'll just wet and dry that. This is high build for scratches, so we'll wet and dry it all down when it's finished, and we're done with that. We've sanded down all the areas we didn't like, all nice and smooth. What we'll do, get it all cleaned, wiped, and reprime, wet and dry. Well, that's the wheel number 2. I think we've re-hit all of the areas he wasn't happy with, which is most of the wheel. Right, we're back at the wheel. High build primer, and you can see we've got marks. Still got imperfections and scratches that we're getting out now, so just continue working this until you're happy. Keep washing the wheel down regularly, keep everything nice and clean. Right, this is how we're looking after the second coat of high build primer. We did find a couple more areas that we wasn't happy with, so ground them down again. I mean, there are still imperfections in the wheel, but we'll just live with them. So we'll primer those and then start putting some colour on. All primed now. We'll let that go off, come back, spray it. Finally done it. I just wanted to bring you in and show you guys how good these look, even in the dark. So shiny, absolutely mint. Great job. Let's take a look at the finished wheels. I think they look absolutely incredible. Well, if you want to see these on the car, you're going to have to come back for another video, because they need to be left now for 2 weeks before they can be sanded and polished. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe check out my other videos, and I'll catch you again. Thank you.